for the first time to a third or fourth degree crime, you don't get prison. There's a presumption of non-imprisonment. The judge overcame it in this case, and he did give her a 3 flat. But on the positive, there are some programs where she could get out as little as a couple of months. So I'll be fine for them. One's called ISP, Intensive Supervision. So I'll be making an application, and I just think because she's 28 years old, I don't think she's ever had a speeding ticket or anything like that. I do understand, though, the other side, and I think the judge is an extremely thoughtful, fair, and excellent judge. So, of course I always want probation for my clients, but I don't think the judge was excessive, and I think he was fair
so
in this case.
So is that part of what he said, you have 45 days to appeal?
Not really. That's different, the appeal.
Are you going to appeal?
No, I'm not going to appeal. What I'm going to do is put in an application for something in New Jersey with people who do get incarcerated with something like in the 3rd degree. It's called Intensive Supervision Program, and usually within like 90 days they can get released if everything goes well. So that's my next, what I'm going to do.
If that doesn't work, is there another way she could serve less time?
There are other ways. Then there's potential. Sometimes there's halfway houses. This is not a crime. It's called a flat crime. So typically the most anyone would do, even on a 3-year flat, is 9 months. That's pretty much the most that they would do. If it was a more serious, if they found her guilty, even of the endangerment at a higher level, which they didn't, thank God, it would have been under the No Early Release Act, where she'd have to do 85% of that. So 85% of 3 years would have been 2.5. But she didn't get that. She only got the flat time, the 3 flat, and it's my hope now I will apply her to this program, and hopefully within 90 days she can get out.
She didn't seem surprised this time.
I prepared her. I said, Amanda, if nobody died, you'd absolutely just get probation, 100%. But I do understand that, the judge's in a tough position, and the prosecutor, who did a good job, that there's, a child lost their life, and she's partly responsible. So it is what it is.
Did she accept responsibility for a lack of action?
100%. And she never not did. From the first day that she hired me, and she took the case on, she knew she made a mistake. She knows she's not supposed to be on her earphones. And like I said, I never said that she didn't play part, but I also felt that, the actual cause was that she slid down and that she wasn't buckled, in the harness properly, which she has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. And the type of injury occurred. Her big responsibility is to properly fasten the stroller into the bus. She did that right. Now, if the bus would have had an accident and she didn't fasten it right and something would have happened to her, then I think she'd be very much at fault. But something happened that was not really related to her responsibilities. But as the judge correctly said, it is her true responsibility to check and look around. And maybe the fact that she had her ear pods in, even though they couldn't prove that she was playing or listening to music in there, she still had ear pods in, and we can't accept that.
Just so I heard you correctly, you're not going to appeal, but
No.
you're going to file the necessary paperwork that lets you believe that she'll be out in 9 months.
In 90 days.
90 days.
Hopefully, yes. It's called ISP. And everybody has that right. I do this all the time, and I think that she'll be successful at that.
Does that go before the judge, the same judge?
It does not go before the same judge, no. Actually, you have to leave the county. If you're just doing, say she was doing 9 months in the county, she couldn't apply to that. But because it's 3 flat state prison time, hopefully they move her quickly out of the county. As soon as she touches state prison, the ISP program is actually in Trenton, and that's where I'll file that. And God willing, within 90 days, we can get her out so she can get her life back together.
Do you know she's facing a civil suit against the family?
I'm not sure, but I really don't think so. And typically, they already got, I think, $5 million. Typically, they don't go after people who have the ability to pay anyway, right? You can go away and get a judgment on someone, but if they don't have the money. So I don't think that would be
So, Michael, she's going straight to jail right now, to prison, right?
She's going to go probably to the county first.
Okay.
And it's my wish that as soon as possible, they transfer her to an all-women's facility. As soon as the day they do that, I file this application and, hopefully get her in.
How quickly would you know?
I don't know. I'm probably going to contact the jail this afternoon and see if they have an idea. But then the Department of Corrections gets involved. They have to make sure they have a place for her and a bed for her or a bed, or not a bed, but I'm not sure.
The 90 days, if it gets approved, would be in Trenton or anywhere?
I'm not sure. There's multiple women's jails, New Jersey. So I don't know. I know there's Edmund Mahan out there, and Hunterdon County. There's a couple.
And if that gets denied, what's the amount that she would spend the least amount of time? Would she spend the full?
9 months.
Okay,
9 months. But there's other ways too. Like sometimes there's programs, there's halfway houses. So I'm going to do everything I can.
So that's where I get the 9 months from. That's where I got the 9 months from. You said not the 90 days. You
Yes,
expect 9
typically,
months.
let's say someone commits a crime, they get a 3 flat. Typically, because the flat sentence, presumed you don't have a big record, you don't get in trouble while you're in jail, you only do 9 months.
But is this hard time? 9 months is 9 months. Is this,
Sure.
Is this hard time, or like what type of facility is she going to be at?
No. A jail facility. Yeah, I do know that. That's up to the Department of Corrections. But they do have different levels. Sometimes they put more violent crimes, which she doesn't have, in maybe a higher security jail. So I think she'd be in a low security one. But I'm not exactly sure where.
Who makes that determination for the 90 days?
That is just like the state. That's the law. That's the guidelines for
The Department of
eligibility. Yes, for everybody.
Okay, gotcha. All right, no freeze. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great
Your
day.
name and the spelling of